that God-given vision is a picture of your future, where you actually forget about whatever that's going on around you. Your surroundings, everything that's happening around you is something that you completely forget about, because your future is totally different from what you see right now. Hello, my name is Lesegos Journey. So the God kind of vision is all those desires that He places within you, all those nudges, when you see something and you feel like, oh my gosh, I have to go solve that thing, or how certain things just keep pulling you back. You try and do something else, and then that thing just keeps pulling you back. And if you can get those things coming up in your spirit, that's your God kind of vision. Yeah, God-given vision. So when it comes to my journey, I was very unsure when I was in matric of what I wanted to do. In my high school years, I really was involved in a lot of extramurals. I remember I did pageantry quite extensively. Then I was awarded in my matric year for the most versatile student in the 5 years of my schooling career. And so right after that, I still didn't even know what I was going to go do in varsity. So I had a love for chemistry and botany. Then I enrolled at UJ for biochemistry and botany. So it's a BSc in biochemistry and botany. And I was depressed because I was cooped up in a laboratory. So all of my schoolwork was just laboratory work. It really didn't fulfill me. Lord, so how are we going to redeem the time that I actually lost in trying to complete this thing? In my final year, we did taxonomy. So taxonomy is like just nomenclature, where we just name different plants, understand why these plants are named the way they are named. And we went to Cape Town. It was my first trip to Cape Town. And we did identification of plants. That's all we did for the whole year. At the beginning, I wasn't sure what I was doing, but only in my final year did I actually fall in love with plants. And so we got exposed to different entrepreneurs on the excursion. And there was one gentleman, he plants medicinal plants, and he exports these properties for cough syrups all around the world. And I was like, goodness me, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to be in business, not in a laboratory. I then did landscaping, and it was another 3-year degree, or not a degree, but a 3-year course. And I felt like I have to really, really push. So I finished the 3 years in 1 year. I wanted to squeeze everything in 1 year, and I was that much dedicated. And within that year, I spoke to my business partner, and we thought, you know what, let's go open up Ronewa Creations. So we then registered the company, and everything just started unfolding. Things happened so quickly. But in that year, I'm still in school, and we're busy trying to figure out business. And so she was on maternity leave at the time, and so she had a lot of time to spend on the business. And so we tried doing different things. I mean, these are two ladies that are gonna go be in somebody's garden. And I mean, nobody believed us. People thought we were super crazy. Our family members were thinking, look, you guys are crazy. So, but we still did it. And our strategy was, we're gonna get ourselves in people's gardens, and we're not gonna let them pay us for it. We just wanna build our profile. And we did, I think, a couple of gardens, and we messed up. Look, there's gonna be a lot of mistakes in the process, and the only way to learn is by doing it. That was my biggest lesson at that time. Just do it. I remember we were in a meeting with one gentleman. So he was my partner's ex-boss. We had a meeting with him, and his intent was to invest in us. I remember my business partner's savings ran out in that year, because we were living off of that. And I was still also paying my fees. In the December of 2015, we had a huge amount of money coming to our account. At that time, we were at our hardest client ever. This is the most difficult client that we've ever had in the last 5 years. We lost so much money in that project. We didn't even complete the project, but we did all these elements. We even did a bomber. We learned so much doing that project. And this gentleman then rewarded us, and he didn't even know that we were doing that project. It was just like God was using him to just reward us. So just do it. Really believe in what you're trying to achieve, and know that God is with you. God just tries to make you see things in 10 years time or 5 years time, so that you keep within it. So he really guides you in it. If you trust in God, he guides you. Keep focused, believe in what you're doing, and really, trust him with everything in you, trust him. Relationships are so important. It's a lonely journey, like going for your vision and trying to be unstoppable in it. So you need people to ground you, because you somewhat kind of you kind of become airy fairy, like you're always in your head, that the things that are happening around you, you kind of miss out on that. You miss out on family life, you miss out on friendship, friendships that you can actually have. But now it's important that people who are around you, they need to understand what you're trying to achieve, and it takes a while. Like for me, it took a while for my family to actually understand that I am not going to go work somewhere else. I want to do this. And the moment they get it, then they support you. So, and you also have to commit to building the relationship with them, because your schedule becomes so busy, or you become so busy trying to plan things and all of that, that you kind of forget that you need to spend time with other people. And mentors, my goodness, mentors are very, very important. And I think I've been disappointed by a couple of mentors in the past, but you need to just understand that it really isn't about the person, it is about what you're trying to achieve. So you need to bring yourself to the table more often, because these people are very busy as well, but mentors are very crucial. You must get a mentor. They're very important. I think I'll leave it at that. So I started this thing last year, where I carry around with me a vision book, and so I write my vision in intervals of 3 years. And for me this year, or in the new decade, I am excited to be a voice in the landscaping industry. I would really, really love to mentor a lot of young girls, young people, just to channel them in this space, because there's so many opportunities in this space, so many opportunities, and it's very difficult to navigate this space, because it's not so direct. You don't just go and study and then you go into a firm and you are set. But there's so many things that a lot of us really don't know how to navigate in this space. But I would love to just be that voice. My parting words to everybody that's watching this right now is don't box yourself. Don't be afraid to do the things that other people aren't doing, and don't be afraid to actually put your foot down and say, this is what I want to do. And then the scripture that I live by is, I can do all things through Christ that gives me strength. And for me, that just says, I will not allow myself to be boxed to one title or one thing, because I evolve every day, I grow every day, and so there's certain things that I'm learning that I never thought I'd be able to do many years ago that I now am doing. So I can do all things through Christ that gives me strength.